Well, it's very, very cold today. I was driving round and visited a friend from England. He's got a little business, and he says, "Don't come near," because he got the lurg. He'd been in bed over 1 week, bad headaches, said kidney pain. I wonder if I went too close to him. I know I shouldn't have kissed him. Yeah, I stayed well away, about 6 feet, for a while. Maybe I should have gone to the truck and put a mask on to be safe. Came back to the 7-Eleven again, but the sale on the harumaki, the spring roll, is finished, but I still got two because they were very nice. My Russian friend, I have a friend in Ukraine. She went to Spain when she was a child. She speaks fluent Russian, of course, and Spanish and English. And this young girl, she said, she's speaking about my channel. She said, this guy does it all. Everything. The most diverse person on the internet. Maybe one thing I haven't done on the internet is dance. Dance, monkey dance. It's trying to snow. Oh, what's that, bubbles? There's some bubbles. Wonder if it's a young kid with some bubble thing. So there's a big snow leaf. I'm assuming it's a young child with or a young person with some, what do you call them, big bubbles. So my young friend in the Ukraine is not very happy with. Do you say in the Ukraine or do you say Ukraine? Do you like Aurora from Norway? Cutest pop star ever. Well, Aurora and the girl from two girls from Norway, very cute. So I checked my hearing out. Do I like Russian women? Yeah, I think they're cool. Yeah, I had my chance, but I missed it. A Russian woman asked me on the train, if you want to talk to me, you should do it now. I was shocked. I should have got a number. I was living, but I don't know, at that time, I think I was maybe going out with a, yeah, I think I was going out with the Japanese girl then, who became my wife. I did a Santa for a Russian woman. I opened presents. I took presents to her daughter. She was 3. I've got to decide to start doing that bloody Russian. last night I looked, or I put on, while I was doing something, I put on 150 questions and answers in Russian. And the only thing that I discovered was that they were very fucking nosy. I think they were working for the KGB. Where do you work? What is your name? How old are you? What city were you born in? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? Do you like Joe Biden? Do you like the great Putin? Many, many questions. Well, 150. I think Zazaza means laughing. Yeah. A long, long time ago, I spent nearly 2 weeks learning kanji. Some days I was learning kanji for 14 hours. When I went to sleep, kanji were floating about in my head. It fucking drives you crazy. But the Russian alphabet looks a little easier than kanji. It takes about 2 weeks to learn the hiragana katakana. Woo! Babushka, babushka. Japanese girls are so stylish. Well, I forgot I should have turned it around. No. Well, I was taught, someone's had the opinion that the most beautiful women in the world were Danish. My nephew is married to well, she's English, but her father was he was a bastard, and his grandfather was a French aristocrat. So in 3 generations, my family has moved from sub-working class to the aristocracy. Can you believe that? Maria who? The most beautiful girl, the most beautiful sound that I ever heard. Free beer, free beer, free beer, brought to me by a most wonderful girl. Sharia, Sharia, Sharia. I'm trying to figure out if the police opposite me can see this can of beer. Well, it's not can of beer, it's pop. It is, what is it? It is Chuhai. They're going very slow. They went past. In China and in Japan and maybe lots of Asian countries, they have a steam bun, but there's no fucking. They use the cheapest pork. There's no taste to it. Sometimes there were one, and they put in some gravy and nice meat in it, but they charge a lot more money for it. Maybe they should do that with bacon. So instead of all this fucking crappy pork, and probably people do that in anyway, and then just put in some bacon and egg in a steam bun. That'd be beautiful. A small little egg, like a quail's egg. Put that inside. What do you think, my Russian friend? What do you think, comrade? Oh, I found that. That's what I was looking for. That's good. Someone was going crazy 5 minutes ago at the railway crossing. The the car in front would not move forward, and so the car behind for quite a long time. Oh. I can't remember my song. Maria, she dresses all in black. I think she's from Iraq. Shiite Sharia. I gave her a drink of my beer. She said it's not too bad. Forget about jihad tonight. Sharia. Say it softly, she cannot hear you. For her costumes, not see-through, it's Barathea. Star of the County Down. County Down. County Down is a part of Ireland. If England asks Russia to leave the Ukraine, should Russia ask England to leave Ireland? But in Northern in Northern Ireland, they have a good reason for not wanting to be part of Southern Ireland, because all the priests fuck all the children. Isn't that reason enough? Oh, we've got some little birds here, but I've got no fucking food. Oh dear. That's a pity. Do you want to see these little birds? I could have given them some of my what was it? Hang on, just go and get something for them. So I've just been and bought a little bit of food, and they're fucking gone. Let's put throw this outside, see if they come. It's warm as well. Anybody still there? Where the fuck have I put the keys? Ah, they came back. Ah, you took something. Yeah. That is potato koroke. Saku saku means soft. There's a guy in Osaka, and he's a pain because what he does, he throws all this bread for pigeons, and then the pigeons shit all over the building. Let's come back for some more. Excuse me. This is like a 3-course meal for this guy. No, it's getting still over there. Maybe we should pull the window in. Is anyone there? No, keys. I plug fucking phone in thinking it's... Move the mirror out of the way. Looks like that bird's had enough. Oh, he's come back. So what he does when he snaps a bit off, he wags his head and then he throws the other piece of food over there. He's not calling his mates. Look what I found. Oh. Hey Murray, I'm feeding the wildlife. Little sparrows. Very cold today, so the little ones need it most. I just gave them some, what did I give them? Some croquet and some spring roll. Because they're Asian birds, so they like the spring roll. But there's only one of them at the moment. You know, I think there's, you know, it's one of those things in life. It's very easy to feed a dog because you'll just throw it anything, it'll eat it. But it's special when you can, like, feed small animals. And a friend told me that he was in town and he opened a box of food or something, and a crow came and sat on it. I don't know if he sat on his food or sat close to him. And he was giving the crow food. And I just would love to see that because, you know, because crows are very smart animals. Well, he's had his fill. The lad has had his fill. I don't mean his name is Phil. I mean he's had enough food to eat. I had a boxer dog, and I don't know if other dogs agreed, like, because he just wouldn't stop eating. And I learned a very important lesson. So he had a can of food, a large can of food. Then I gave him another can of food to see if he'd eat it, and he did eat it. And that was a big mistake, because then he just shat it out about 10 minutes later, all over the kitchen floor. Luckily, it was a tiled floor. Which reminds me, I want to kill my brothers. No, I set out early, and I had a lot of rubbish to get rid of, so I put that out. Then I drove around picking up some interesting things. And then I drove to the warehouse, and they had some transformers, electrical transformers. The price has gone down on those, and some wiring. And so I sold those. I sold the transformers and the wiring. So I got about $100. But my biggest joy of the day is feeding. Well, there was only one bird. Yeah, there's definitely more joy in giving than receiving, without a doubt. You might be interested. There's so last night on, I don't know if it came on your news feed in Facebook. Was it on Facebook? I can't remember. But there was and it's not the first time. It's a young woman in Australia, and she's got cystic fibrosis, and they've got mum and dad have. So, but the thing is, like a lot of these things in the fucking medical system, drugs cost $20,000 a month. This is Australian dollars, and this is what she needs to stay alive. And and as you probably know, in America, they have the people who need insulin, and they're just fucking charging them like $1,000 or more per month to get insulin, and they just fucking die. And the government, can you imagine that? The government doesn't do anything about it. And so many people, young people as well, with this insulin problem, and the government fucking doesn't do anything. Surely insulin should be, because it's been around a long time, surely the insulin should be at a price now that can be afforded. Where it's like $50 a month or $100 a month. And all these people and the government just lets these people die. Anyway, long story short, I sent her $25 to help. I'm going to check later and see how much it's raised. She had what did she have last night? She was doing it for 1 month, so she had about $9,000 last night, I think. By the time, oh, that's noise, isn't it? Yeah, now and again. I think if I won a lot of money, I think that's what I would do. I'd spend a load of time on GoFundMe looking for people that needed money, that needed help. I'm not, I'm not talking about people that need fucking money for education because they go to a library. But people like who need a roof over their head. But now in America now, it's getting fucking crazy. There was this one woman, she got a boyfriend and he got kids. And the house that she was living in or she was renting or room, the owner sold the house and the new owner immediately put the rent up 25%. They're greedy fucking cunts. I'd burn the fucking house down. Try fucking renting that out, you fucking greedy bastard. What did you have to eat tonight, Murray? It was a public holiday here today. Well, I'm in my... Oh, nice. My wife was a good cook, actually. And then she just stopped making food for me altogether. But when she was working, I was looking after the kids. You know, like I used to make the food all the time. So when she came home, the food was ready. And sometimes we'd go out to eat out 2-3 times a week because I had a good salary. So yeah, my daughter's is definitely more. I don't think she likes cook. I don't think she likes cooking. She just studied, so she's an academic. So she's not. I don't know if she's going to learn how to cook. My dream is to get enough money to win on the lottery, buy a house, and me and my daughter can live together. And the others if they want to as well. I've been in Japan nearly 30 years. Oh, she's cute. I don't know, is it a boy, girl? Or it could be fucking, I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking if I could get my money from my retirement fund, one stay alive, like thinking of spending time in European countries, that or cheap. Not like, you know, I used to live in Tenerife. I was working in Tenerife, and my sister lived in Tenerife. My brothers paid for my sister, bought an apartment, and sent my sister £1,000 every month for a long time. And I work there, but the quality of British people in Tenerife is not good. But the first time I went to Tenerife, I was about 19, 20, 21, and it was £108 for a week's accommodation. I got burnt to death. But it was Spanish style. It was like a square, La Plaza. It was fun. It was great, covered with all these trees. Because at that time, the south of the island wasn't developed. The power prices, electricity, cheap, I think. Yeah, depends how you use it. But in the summer, people can go crazy with the air conditioning. But I think at the top I had a big place. We had air conditioning in 2 bedrooms and downstairs, which we use mainly in the kitchen, big kitchen. And it was about 18,000 yen per month. But that's just in summer. So I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't even switched this on. I've got the engine running. I haven't even bloody switched the heat on. No, the power would be the same all over the place. The only difference in places would be rent. But, you can find cheap places everywhere, I think. More so than before. Like the biggest problem before was having to put down 6 months rent. If our first place that we had rent, it was like 45,000 yen, but we had to put down 6 times 6. Yeah, but it all depends how much money you earn. And your stoppages. Like if you're, for example, if you're into the system, if you're like paying your pension and things like that, then your stoppages will be like more expensive. I've only paid into the system once. I haven't really noticed it. So, to tell you the truth, in this area they dropped. They they brought in a new power system maybe a year or two ago, and the price has actually dropped. So it maybe depends if they change providers. I'm always just ask them that, did you change providers? Because you're always getting people that are fucking asking you to change providers. For example, was it recently? Maybe it was the gas board. The gas. So, for example, this is the same in England. I don't know if it happens in New Zealand, but everybody wants to provide you with fucking electricity or gas, and then they'll probably lure you in with some kind of fucking trick, and then once they've lured you in, they fuck you over. In England now, they've got new what they call smart meters. the government will let any fucking provider of any service do anything they fucking want. So when they were opening the system up, when they were opening the system up in Japan, even some people came over from America, and they were saying, we will charge you less than your competition, your provider now. But when you said how much would it be less, they couldn't give you a figure. The thing was, they couldn't even access. There's a market to buy the electricity, and the only people that had access to the market to get it cheap or to get it at a good price were the present day electricity suppliers. So they couldn't even buy these new groups. They couldn't even buy the electricity. They didn't have access to the market, so they were just full of shit. But my electricity bill now is because I stopped using. I stopped using the computer before I had problems, so I was just using my laptop. And so my electricity bill has dropped down by about 25%. Well, well, maybe one thing was that he was a cunt. The second thing was he may be gay. Someone else said maybe she kicked him out. Look, I think she probably kicked him out. He's not the fucking nicest person. So she kicked him out, and then he thought, it's like typical man. What should I do now? So he's not tied, so he decided to go to Africa. Well, he went to Thailand first, I think. I think, well, I do find it really interesting what he's done, without a doubt. Don't get me wrong. He's just a piece of shit. So but what he did was very interesting. But there are other people that do similar things, but they are more likable than Ryan. Like someone called Harold or something, or Before My Divorce or something like that. Yeah, there was one video I remember. What it was two. One, he was bouncing a fucking ball off her arse, and then he put it online. And another one saying, "Oh, my girlfriend's been sleeping, so I'll let her sleep in." I'll let her sleep in. She's been doing a fucking 15-hour shift. And you'll let her sleep in. You decide that you will let the person that's paying the fucking rent, you'll let her sleep in. That is, he's not a nice person, in my opinion. And you could see he made a couple of videos, and there was this one guy from China, an American guy, and another guy he met in. They were just so fucking misogynistic, it was untrue. And you fucking... Like most of the people that I talk to on here are nice people. So my loyal fans, my usual group of people, they're quite nice people, because I like to think that I attract nice people. The same when I'm in Japan, the people that I knock about with are nice people. I doubt Ryan would have got married, because it would mean like giving access or someone might want access to his precious money. So, but obviously, no, but I don't. Because Ryan has a lot of naysayers, because of the way he acts, the way he behaves, the way he talks. He has a lot of naysayers. And so if he went, like I'm online now, anyone can say whatever they like. There are a few people that obviously that don't like me, but if they get too irritated, I just fucking cut them off. But that's fair enough. But like I say, if you open a site like this, and 30% of your comics are like saying "fucking kill yourself," it's it's me that's got a problem. Because I'm doing something wrong, or the person that is broadcasting or going live, and if people are calling him and saying "do fucking kill yourself" or whatever. They just have got, there's something wrong with the personality, and they need to take a look at themselves. But I was watching this documentary on Netflix, and it was like Sight Unseen or Love Is Blind. And there was this like girl on there, and she was just so full of herself, and. She had her problems, but she's just so full of herself that all the men love me, all the men like me. There's like half a dozen men after me, and she's telling this to all the girls in the room. But it's just like insecurities, so. No, but like Victor, I think Victor's more or less a good person. But he still gets a lot of shit from people, whether it's his arrogance or not. But he still gets people that they think very little of Victor. So, but he's still got a lot of fans. How tight-fisted was Ryan? Well, he was cleaning the second floor of his house. He was cleaning the windows. And he got something out of his pocket to scrape the windows. And as he took this out, he dropped a 500 yen coin. And when Ryan went down the ladders very quickly, and the 500 yen coin hit him on the head. That's how tight-fisted he is. How tight-fisted is Ryan? Well, he just wanted, if people met him in the street and started speaking to him. Oh, she's cute. Oh my gosh, she's quality. Yeah, so there are a few people like that. If Japanese people approach them and speak English, they'll say, "Here's my business card. Call me if you want to speak." Can you believe that? No, he saved all his money. But he's, you've got to spend it. Well, I had the water cut off to my place, and I was saying I was like Ryan. But the main reason is because I was hardly using the water, and they were charging me like fucking $18. So but the thing is also I can't reach the sink, I can't reach the shower. So the only access I have to the water is to the toilet. Yeah, but like even if you're in a language class, there's always like one Japanese person that wants to like show their skills off. So, but it's a natural thing. They join a class that is below their level, and then they think they're showing off to the other class, but the class members are aware of it. So, Oh, look at Mr. Suzuki. He's very good at English, but no, but you never saw, you never saw him drinking, going out, having a good time, meeting with other people. Never trust a guy that doesn't drink, Murray. Well, Murray comes back. I don't drink. Yeah, that also seems another thing on this channel, Murray, that a lot of people, a lot of people drink. So, for example, Tom in Finland, Geek, and Ed in America. What about you, Aslan? Do you drink? You might be watching now. Sapporo J. All right, pal. How's it going? Do you drink, Sapporo J? Peter hasn't been on for a while in Tokyo. Penny wise, pound foolish. Have you been? Do you ski up there, Jay? I've got a Facebook friend. He says he's just been snowboarding somewhere, and he says it's the best he's ever seen. I wonder if I can get in good enough shape to ski. I haven't skied for years. Just don't turn so much. There's this young punk got in his car. I don't know if his dad's car, but I remember once I was in LA on Beverly Hills. Is it what you call it, Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, all the posh shopping area. And there was this young. I don't know if he was the son of someone or he was actually an actor. Yeah, tall, good-looking kid, blonde hair. It looked like some kind of Owen Wilson of the day. And he was jumping into a lemon-coloured Rolls-Royce Cabriolet. It was fucking, and like most kids in Britain at that time, they would have like a Cortina or a Ford Escort. This young cunt is jumping into a lemon-coloured Rolls-Royce Cabriolet. The differences in California between Chimpora. Oh, really? I thought that people were getting good snow in Japan, not so much in Sapporo then. I only drink twice a week now. Monday till Wednesday and Thursday till Sunday. No, he was just collecting money. So what he's doing now, so. But he was, like when he said he went back, he had 5 months in Mexico because that's where it's cheap. But I guess it's also dangerous, so. I don't think I want to fuck about going to Africa mainly because of all the fucking. You've got to take a lot of injections for typhoid, rabies, being tight-fisted. Yeah, he was pretty fucking miserable, wasn't he? You know. Is J Vlog? I doubt it. He's with his wife. No, I think isn't he doing okay with his he's teaching online for Chinese kids. I think he's doing okay with that, isn't he? Getting more money than me. He's getting about 15,000 yen a month from what do you call it? AdSense. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Maybe he got fed up with it. Well, he was. Last time I was chatting with him, he just bought a fucking really expensive computer. Yeah, but no one give a fuck, you know. But like, I was pissed off because, like, I wanted to, you know, I just wanted to raise money at that time to get a fucking help with the rent. You know, I wasn't fucking asking for money to like buy a fancy camera. You know, I'd spent enough money on fucking phones as it was. So like now, when I come online now, it's like this is my like night out. My friends at the pub. I go round stealing it. Oh really? He said he couldn't buy shoes. Oh fucking hell! What a bullshitter. He was doing like several jobs. He was doing weddings as well. Oh, what a piece of scum! I've got a few companies that I go to, electricians, things like that. I don't, like I said, I didn't watch a lot of Ryan's videos, but I remember one time when he went to a sushi shop or kaiten sushi with Rie. Yeah, when I first started doing this, it would be laying in the street, the steel and everything. Well, he's still not so much now, but he's still there. And I used to drive around the street picking up people what they put up on the Gomi Day. She's probably sticking needles into a little Ryan doll. I might be looking for it. I'm looking now. It's a yakitori place opposite, and I used to go there quite a lot actually, and it was quite nice. But the fucking measures were very short. But I went to the cheap yakitori place, and you know, it wasn't very good. Recently, the food wasn't good. Well, the yakitori wasn't good. Yeah, I was thinking of going up to. It did cross my mind to go up to. There was something going on about the festival you have in your festival, that famous festival. Is it finished yet? Yeah, and the other thing that you could get like a 15,000 yen flight to Sapporo. And I did fancy going there one day and doing that trip. Maybe I should ask the daughter. Maybe I should treat the daughter to it when she graduates. The snow festival was only online. Oh, fucking hell. Did anyone, did they make anything? Because that's one of the most famous things in the world. Why does this keep going fucking dark? Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to go out of the fucking loop here. Did you ever go anywhere in Sapporo where you come in any danger with the bears or anything like that? Yeah, I was watching something once on, and it was like this farmer had to like run for his life when the bear was in the near. I don't know if he was doing something, but there was a fucking bear prowling up, and he had to run. He had to run up and get in his truck. Because if you fucking, you're not gonna fight one off, are you? One of the most scariest things I ever saw was it was in America, and it was like a bear attacking a bison. They can run at 35 miles per hour. Okay. Fucking running at 35 miles per hour. You're not escaping a bear unless you've got a fucking shotgun. I was thinking of Geek sent me some money the other day for a nice bottle of wine, and but I just don't have a nice fucking glass to drink it out of. All right, Tom. I am live. I'm alive. You all right, pal? There was a public holiday in Japan. Wine is the giver of life. Or wife is the giver of line. I don't know, Aslan, to tell you the truth. Maybe he paid for stuff. He just let everybody know when he was buying it. But like I said, Geek is on a friend on here, and a friend. He spoke to Ryan, and Geek was asking him things about Japan, and he was just very, very curt. He's just short and nasty, not very friendly. So that just about sums him up. So, and it's just like anything else, you know, once people want to know and they just say, you know, and some people just ask basic or silly questions, and he was very short with them. So I think the best thing to answer to that is, if you get to Japan, I'll let you know. Or if it's something, the best thing to do, if it's something specific, that you want to know, then I can help you. But like when people, you know, quite a few people have asked me to meet them, and I've met them. I've met everyone that's asked to meet me. I've met when they've come to Nagoya, and you know, most people have been nice. Yeah. Yeah, well, apparently, Tom, the urine is 95% water. Yeah, I saw that one. We got like a lot of fucking money in or something. I remember seeing that. Was it like 44 million yen or something? No, but even now, he says that he wants to, like, so he made a video like live, and then he's saying if people could just watch this over and over again, so I can get enough, if I can get enough views or viewers, so I can monetize it. This is only, but what gets me is, I want to have a lot of fun, but he's such a miserable twat. He's not going to have fun. Especially when people start fucking having a go at him. Because I know fucking geek will. Who is your king? Who shall we release? Ryan, I don't know. I guess he's early 40s, isn't he? Mid 40s. Is that right, Tom? Did he actually say that it was someone else, it wasn't him? That was not my cock. You think he's 50? Okay. I cut off my cock years ago. I've learnt out that when you cut off your cock, it's called penidectomy. If a woman becomes a man, that operation is called strapodectomy. The thing is, he had no idea about sex. He had no idea what to do. That was probably his first time with a woman. It looked like when he was kissing, it looked like it learnt from Japanese porn videos. It is. It's got dark. Young girl in front of the truck. Oh, she's cute. I'm fucking nodding at her like I'm fucking like I'm some fucking superstar. I know I've had a couple of drinks, haven't I? So yeah, I don't know that. I don't know too much about that, Drew, but it just seems a bit of a knob. It couldn't be. Well, we'll have to see what he's like after his first few live broadcasts. Are you still fucking happy? I'm looking forward to, I don't know if I'll manage to be able to fucking see him or what, but oh, they just opened window for me. Oh, they let the blinds up. Okay. Because he's a miserable fuck. It's, you know, it's just, but he was expecting, Osaka is a fucking major world city. You can't pay, you know, like places in London and New York are even smaller than the, I tell you, the most expensive place I stayed in was in Hong Kong. And it was 30,000, I think maybe equivalent of 30,000 yen a month. And I could touch both walls if I stuck my arms out. And it was maybe fucking 15 foot long. And it was 30,000 yen a month. But to put it into comparison, I phoned for a job and the amount of money for the job was 34,000 yen. So I only got, and they said, yeah, come now, you've got the job. And I said, what do you mean come now, I've got the job? You've never even seen me. He says, it's okay. Fuck. So I didn't bother going. And but in Japan, if you pay, let's say you pay 50,000 yen for a room, which will be like a fucking, let's say, if it's small, it'll be a bedroom, a living room, and a kitchen, 1 LDK, and you pay 50,000 yen. But at least your salary will be 5 or 6 times the cost of the room. In Hong Kong, the salary just fucking passed the amount of money for the rent, and that was just one fucking room. So to get what he got in Osaka was fucking quite good. So she fucking moved as well. Well done, Ria. Yep, where's the next cheapest place I can go to? No, but I saw this story the other day of this woman in Florida. She had to fucking find a new place because the new landlord put her rent up 25%. Even before the landlord put the rent up, her fucking rent was 50% of her fucking salary. Even before he put it up. So it's just not fucking realistic. This is in Florida, not in New York. No, I haven't seen him for a long time. Fuck him. No. I didn't like it when he wouldn't give me his little bits of steel. So the last time I saw him, well, one time before that, he said when 71 he was going to kill himself. He was going to set his house on fire and get drunk, then set his house on fire. But what happened was the price of fucking cans went up, and steel and copper. So I'm sure he's very, very fucking happy now. I did the same with my testicles, actually. So I didn't wash them for years, but they're shiny, but there's no hair. I've got to do something about the house because I don't like going back to it. It's fucking horrible. You mean the shiny egg? I don't know. I'm not sure. A can of Escape soda. Oh, I like that. Escape. Let's get some Escape soda. Is that your saying, Tom? Yeah, I'm not sure because I can only tell difference in accents if it's really, really fucking different. It is, and it's the way they say. I can't tell the tone of it, but I can tell by the way they use certain words. I can tell that they're from a different area, but I would have no idea which area they're from. All right, Jay, take care, pal. Yeah, see the thing with I think when you do live streams, you've got to like talk to the people who are watching you. You got to answer their questions or whatever. I can't hear it really. I can't hear the accent because most people speak a standardized Japanese. Until they go. Yep. Are you drinking and working, Tom? You're having a can at work. Good man. All right, Murray. Take care, pal. Nice chatting. Hang on, Tom. I'm just going to get a chew high. I mean, I had a video many years ago, and there were like 5 guys, and they were all stood they were like doing some survey or something, and there were 5 guys stood amongst that balcony. And what I said that this was the Japanese Olympic suicide squad, and someone reported it. Now, the other week, I was on Instagram or something like that, and someone was saying, I don't know how true this is, well, I doubt it. He said that if the police cannot find out how someone killed himself, or they had no suspects, they put it down as they put it down as suicide. But the fucking and they were saying this was a reason for the suicide numbers being so high that a lot were put down, and when it wasn't actually suicide. How true that is, I don't know. I don't know. Well, maybe he was going with the hookers, or he was going with the gay guys. I'm not sure. Maybe Tom can throw some light on that. And not sperm, Tom. Do you see that one in America where there was a female teacher was putting her husband's sperm in cookies? Ladyboys, ladyboys. So the husband was an ex-copper, and for some reason he managed to convince his wife to put sperm in the cookies. Ladyboys. There is a... Yeah, exactly. Cookies and cream. Did you read about that, Ed? Yeah, there's a very funny English comedian called Steve Coogan. He is famous for the puppet show in England, and he was famous for Alan Partridge, and he was getting some fancy drink in a bar and a pint of lager or something, and then it nearly choked, and he goes, "Oh, ladyboys." It's fucking classic. Apparently she's got 41 years, and that's when she'd been cooperative with the fucking judge. If you got 41 years. Yeah, she's got COVID, yeah. You know, but she's going to get the best medical attention. But she's a good one, 95. She's been jabbed 3 times, and one of those cocks was in her mouth. No, when I was 16, she came to my city and she held up the traffic for 1 hour, the cunt, and I didn't like her. You know, but now you get older and she grows on you. So you got to admire her, really. There is only one person more admired than the Queen of England. Guess who that is? It's not Ryan. He's black. Or partially black. Yeah. Well, that's what he says. I know that if I was fucking half caste, I'd tell every fucker I'm white. That's what Ed does. Fucking wouldn't fancy being on a bike in this fucking weather. Kim Jong. Yeah, that's him. You got it. You nailed it in one. Well, he's definitely. I think in North Korea, he's fucking 100% the most popular person in the world. Yeah. I don't know if I talked about this before, but there was Joseph Stalin, and they gave him a standing ovation, clapping for him, and it was 11 minutes. And the first person that stopped clapping was sent to the camps. But many years later, Margaret Thatcher, she also got an 11-minute standing ovation, and I just wonder if this was related to the Joseph Stalin standing ovation. Meanwhile, Ed's wife is listening, saying, "Can you hear that, Ed? 11 minutes of standing ovation." I've turned down better looking women than you. You might not believe it, but I used to be a Jew. Well, why am I sitting in my car? Because I can't stand up. It's got a roof. There's no roof fucking... There's no one... The roof doesn't open, Tom. That's why I'm sitting... Apart from that, it'd be fucking freezing. No, it's just a bad habit I've got into recently. I used to do it when I used to go, even when I was married, the wife was inside. I used to have this bad habit of driving into the car park opposite and just sat there with a can of chew high. Yeah, it's a bad habit. I've got to get out of it. Where's our little kid going? Oh, she's gonna stop there. Good. She stopped at the lights. Other than she's probably bloody freezing, waiting for her mum. No, I just. Oh, Dad's coming. That's all right. So, no, I went to the it was fucking freezing, and I wanted to get some cheap bacon. Sometimes they've got this bacon, and it's like fucking 70% off the price, but it wasn't on sale today. So I thought I'd get a chew-eye, then I come here and have some. And I came here to see if they got some. They had a special on the spring roll the other day, and but they didn't have it. But I still got 2 spring rolls, and I thought I'd only have 1 drink, but I've had 1 or 2. Yeah, I've been on the days that I've had like 2 or 3 fucking sake. It's the fucking really strange fucking taste in the whole of my mouth. Really strange. All right, Aslan, take care, pal. Good night. Good, Ed. You did realise I did laugh at your joke before, mate. Just wondering. Yeah, Geek hasn't been on the last couple of days, so wondering if he's okay when he goes missing. What's the weather like? You've seen in England the weather. Fucking 3 storms in 1 week. This used to go to that yakitori a long time ago, but they were just it's really nice. The yakitori's nice, but the fucking the beer's pricey and fucking the short measure. Oh, you mean just now you went to make a drink? Okay. Yeah, my place is really fucking depressing now. I can hardly fucking walk. I'm tripping up things all the time. She's cute. Yeah, I was just talking to Sapporo J. I don't know if you read that name. But like a long time ago, you could take a day trip to fucking Hokkaido on the plane for about 15,000 yen. I just wonder if they still do that. Like take the daughter for a graduation trip. Ed, did you ever live in Okinawa? Just wondering what Okinawa's like in March. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to step out of the car and have a piss. Oh. Yeah, I think a lot of the time, British people we go to the Spanish islands in March because it's cheap, and we're like fucking hoping we're hoping it's going to be warm, but it's just as bad as fucking England, grey skies. There are more blue skies in fucking in Japan. Don't walk past my truck, missus, or you'll see me pissing on the floor. And I remember when I spent 5 weeks in LA, 1988. Fucking, like coming from Britain and then going to LA and spending 5 weeks in LA. It's like a fucking dream. The weather is fucking perfect. But maybe not so good now. Did you hear about that in New York where they're locking up all the nutters because they keep fucking throwing people onto the railway tracks? Meanwhile, in Finland, fucking 5 foot of snow. .58, but that's nighttime as well, so we'll have to check those temperatures. Maybe that's not too bad in daytime then. No, it's happened quite a lot, Tom. One woman was killed. There was another recently. There was another woman. She was thrown on the track, and it looked like she fucking banged her head on the railway track, on the main beam, and she was all right. But it's fucking nutters. It's unstable people usually with a. As well, Tom, what the fucking bastard thing is, they've committed so many fucking crimes, these people, and they're not fucking locking them up. They're talking about the spunk fucking woman, cookie and cream woman, 41 years, first offence, and then these fuckers with fucking unlimited attacks are not being fucking jailed. That's fucking mental. It's just like it's just like a publicity thing. If it's a big story, the fucking district attorney wants to give them a fucking massive jail sentence. If it's not a big story, then we'll fucking let them go. Oh yeah, it's these rents. It's got to put pressure on people, and especially if you've got a fucking family. I saw something on this. There was this family on the side of the street, and it's one of these videos like these do-gooders. I'm not fucking taking the piss out of these people. They do well, and they fucking help homeless people, and people donate to their channels to help people. And it was a mum and dad and 2 kids, and they said, we've just been turfed out of a fucking homeless shelter. How the fuck can they be on the fucking streets? A young couple and 2 fucking young kids, and they're thrown on the fucking streets. That's mental. Yeah, that's what we was talking about earlier, Ed. With the rents in New York. It's just fucking crazy. What they should do, find these greedy landlords, whether they're companies or whatever, and just fucking kill them. This is what we're going to do. We're going to start killing the landlords until you stop being fucking greedy bastards. If they've been a landlord for fucking 10, 20 years, I think they've accumulated enough fucking money. I've put the rent up this week because I want to buy an NFT. I certainly wouldn't be fucking standing by the edge of the fucking railway track. There's what? Exactly, yeah. You might in Tokyo now, to stop suicides. What they've done, all the fucking, maybe in Nagoya as well. Some parts of Nagoya on the subway, they've lined the subway. So the train right line, so no one can. You've got to jump over a barrier that's about 3 foot high. So you can't be shoved onto the fucking platform. Maybe this is the answer to this problem in New York subway. Build all these fucking build these barriers. Could be a new video. I'll go make a new video. I'll go make a video about this, and I'll get fucking 30 views. I can't even say that name now. Yeah, that's the fucking best way to. That's the best way to deal with those fuckers, isn't it? Same with fucking the cunts in the Philippines as well. Who was buying electric motors, your dad or Ceausescu? Small world, isn't it, Tom? Ed? I once waved to Prince Charles and Lady Diana, and they waved at us. Me and my mate, when we were on telecom, we knew they were coming down this road into the city. And we pulled over on the side of the road and were waving at them, and they waved to us. Well, my mate was masturbating, and I said, they're waving to me, not you. Maybe he did. He was doing the same thing as that fucking, you know, the guy in Turkey. He's doing the same thing as what Ceausescu was doing, building a massive fucking building. You'd think people, you would think that people would learn, wouldn't you? Oh, that's it. I remember. I'm reminded now. Fucking Turkey is really cheap because of the that leader. They say Turkey is really, really fucking cheap. Yes, well, in 100 years ago in my city, it was also full of smog. Even in London in the 1950s, they were the similar problem, killing people. So are there still a lot of countries around the world that have these problems with this fucking, with this? Well, I guess they do in China and India, yeah? Just wonder if I go into that fucking yakitori shop. I wonder if they'll remember me. I might have said something last time I was in. Oh, that's quite cool, that. There's a look at this, in that, can you see that in that bicycle's wing mirror? The 7-Eleven logo is lit up. Maybe you can't see it. I can't see it. I did a hearing test on the Instagram yesterday, and my hearing is better than average. Eh? After all the fucking crap that falls out of the truck when I'm fucking opening the door, I told myself the other day I wasn't going to have any food or drink inside the fucking truck. That fucking lasted long. Mix and match. That's like Ed's underwear. Tom, Ed, I've got a question for you now. Have you ever, or would you ever, if you couldn't find any clean underpants, would you wear a pair of your wife's knickers? Yeah, well, in one of the roughest areas in Sheffield was called the Hyde Park Flats, and this was a question. This was a question on that English show, University Challenge. This was a question on that show. I got it right because I knew, because my mate told me this. In the 1960s, it won an award, but by the 1980s, it was a fucking not a nice place. My sister actually ended up living there, and it was a right fucking dump because they threw all the fucking loser families in there, and it just became a dangerous place to live. We became really famous one day because someone threw a television out of the fucking window and it landed on a girl's head. That's how fucking bad it was. And they knocked it down a few years ago. No, what I said was, if you were going to work and you couldn't find any underpants, there were no clean underpants, would you put on a pair of your wife's knickers? Not sneakers, underpants, knickers. Sounding like Snickers. Well, these people that are coming into fucking 7-Eleven are starving. Because I would answer honestly, then I'll tell you. Then I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. Answer truthfully. No, but if they would fit, Ed. So I'm assuming that you've got to assume that the knickers would fit. Yeah, maybe that was. It started ringing bells when she found out about his trip. Yeah, don't. Oh, I wish. Can you delete that comment because I'm feeling a little bit ill. That's worse than Bugs putting on lipstick. This reminds me, this guy's putting on his really cheap gloves. And it reminds me when I used to go on motorbike to Nagoya, and sometimes you'd have two pair of gloves on, and it was still fucking freezing. Your fucking fingers were dropping off. I'm just, no, he's not. I thought he might be going to put on a second pair of gloves. You would nick some knickers from your wife or from the washing lines? The LGBTQ? They're fucking racist. No, because it reminded me when I was put inside for driving offences for telecom, I used to face this building I was just talking about, and one guy in this office, he goes, "I've got my wife's knickers on today." So of course, as soon as anyone came into the office, I would say, "Dave's got his wife's knickers on," but you don't wear them. You go without for the day. I haven't worn underpants for the last 2 months. Apart from the ones when I go in and rob shops. The name. You got to admit, there's something. There was this big black Canadian girl, and I was doing a job for her, and she left me some knickers in the washing. I know she did that, and she left me some knickers in a washing machine. If you're a man, you will sniff those fucking knickers without a fucking doubt. There is no fun in clean knickers. Oh dear. Yeah, that sounds a bit fucking sick, doesn't it? Nicking your sister's knickers. Yeah, that's fucked up. That is fucked up, that Tom, isn't it? Yeah, you just get fed up of seeing those same old stripes. Yeah, I think if you're fucking putting your sister's knickers on, there's some kind of fucking. I hope my son can't do it either because he's just far too fucking big. So that's a relief. Yeah, there was a when I was a lad that came in, that sniffing the glue. I mean, a lot of people did it naturally. You know, when you were like making stuff in school, you'd sniff it and you think, oh, that's good. But there's only one or two that would sniff it for like fucking a long, long time and then become intoxicated. But I knew someone that did this, and he ended up going down the dodgy road. He died maybe in his 30s or 40s. There were two of them, my young brother's mates. No, I don't know, Tom. Is it Ramones with My Sharona? Yeah, that's the only song I know. And when you say fudge, do you mean poop? It's all his fault. He was an ugly looking. Didn't he die recently, that guy, or something? But he was fucking ugly looking, wasn't he? Or he had really strange fucking hair. Yeah, I think in what we were talking before about Romania, there was a lot of kids that used to live in the fucking live in the fucking sewers in Romania, sniffing glue. Is that carbona or carbonara? Pantagruel. Oh my god. Well, I was going to write a song about it, but not now. Fucking Frank Zappa did it first. Well, I know two. I know two Romanian guys here. They're they own a very successful club. Well, actually, one had to fuck off back to Romania very suddenly. But one of them's really nice guy, really successful. They've got a bar called Taboo. Check it out online. And he's a really nice guy. Did a lot of work for him, taking crap away. Well, if it's not a syphilis discharge, it's all right. If it's I like all kind of discharges, but not syphilis or gonorrhea. I'd rather have an American beer. That song needs some work. Lick up woods and kick them. Oh my god. Spoke like a true romantic. So I got a check. I've been like in this share company for fucking years now, and all the shares are shite. But I did get a check for nearly $300 in the post the other day. That fucking surprised me. But now I've been told that the fucking the Californian government wants to take it. Master and Margaret again. What's that? Is that a famous book? Yeah. That'd be a strange thing, innit, after Putin invades fucking the Ukraine, that learning Russian becomes very popular. Russian drama becomes popular again. Oh, I've never heard of it. Is this a Russian book, is it? Is it like Lady Chatterley's Lover? Is it a Russian book, or which country is it from? Sounds like a good name for a cocktail, Mr. Margarita. What's this fucker looking at? Doesn't it? Do I know you?
Huh?
Do I know you? Wata na tanong ko wata sa shitaru. Also, あなたは私のことを見たことがある。お名前は何ですか？しにち。あ、OK。お疲れ様。This guy's just pulled up in front of the truck from talking to me. Bye bye. That was fucking weird. Neighborhood watch, yeah. Yeah, sometimes people do fucking stop me in the street and look at me and say something. Nice chick. And is it a good book, is it, Tom? You know, there are some famous books. You know, I read that one lunchtime at War and Peace. No, I think I'm gonna fucking do something stupid and go into this yakitori. Now, some fucker was pulling up, looking at me as he was walking past the front of the truck, and then he stopped outside the window, and I says, "Do I know you?" You know, I was wondering, is it fucking, what's his name? A Yukitori. A Yukitori is a shit conservative politician, but a yakitori is it's a shop, and they sell little bits of meats on sticks. Ivan Desanovich. Is that the guy from the? That's the guy from the Gulags. Yeah, we were made to read that book as kids. Our Sheffield was known as the Little Russia of the West. Little girl waving at me. Because I thought of doing a channel and doing it as a one van son of a bitch. But when you think about it, people that lost a lot of people in the Second World War were the fucking Russians. Like, what is it, 30 million? Or 10 million? And them Jews only lost 6 million. When you think about it, the Jews were quite fucking lucky. $3 million Indians. 1.5 million Americans, 600,000 British. There's one that I'd like to read. It's about it's about a Russian. It's about a Russian guy that met a time traveler. And it's called, and the time traveler and the Russian guy becomes a woman, and it's called Who Ripped Me Cock Off? You know the you know the guy that invented the bucket list? Have a guess how old he was when he died. I think you're better off with a fuck it or chuck it list. Oh. What's it called? Master and Margarita. Have you? All right, Tom, take care, pal. There is there's something on the internet, and what it is, it gives like all the famous books or modern books, and it gives like a synopsis of what the book is about. So these people read the book, and then they just give you an idea of what the book is about. And I can't remember. Have you ever seen that, Ed? Oh, Cliff's Notes. No, it's not Cliff's Notes. Something it. Oh, Ed, you didn't answer my question. The guy that invented the bucket list, how old was he when he died? It's a prime number. Yes, he was very, very smart. No, he was 47. So never, ever have a bucket list. Or if you do, have something on it that's really impossible. Like wanting to have sex with... wanting to have sex with Brian Groundless. Have I got fried chicken? No, not yet. I'm thinking about getting some in 10 minutes. That could be Geek's fake name. Croquet and Panzer. I don't know what was the title. I forget now, pal. What is the title of this thread? Ed. COVID. Yeah, COVID. That was it. Something. My friend got COVID. Was that it? He was in bed for a week. He was in bed for a week, very painful. He's 50 this, he's nearly 50 the end of this week. '28th, that's next Monday. Nihachi. Next Monday, Kentucky Fried Chicken cheap day. One banana, two banana, three banana, four. That was a good show, that. What will you do once Russia? I will use my Russian. I will be on their side. I will be like a, what do you call it? I'll turn tables. There's only one thing about that, though. The Japanese army is very good, so it's unlikely. The Japanese army is very strong, so don't fuck about with the Japanese army. We're gonna kick your fucking heads in. And also, they might have got some nuclear bombs somewhere. Or they can bury them. Be like that to a Biden. Hey, Biden, lend us a couple of nuclear bombs. Their army is like 400,000 strong. Well-trained fucking people. Don't fuck with the Japs. Don't forget 1905, the Japanese beat Russia. 117 years ago. Right, guys, I think I'm going to go over to the... Oh! That is the landlord ripped me off. They've closed down now. This is the Yakitori. This is the red light. Oh, look at that. Oh, G8, the Self-Defense Force. Don't mess with us, we'll kick your heads in. Chicks as well. See you later, guys. Do svidania.